Frank, thanks for joining us. I want to jump right in. You have observed Everton from the outside for a long time. I'm curious to know your impressions of what it is like to be there now on the ground on the inside.
Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me. First, I'd love to say in the first instance, it's been a fantastic 7 or 8 weeks so far. I'm from the Northwest originally. My mum and dad are from Liverpool. So to have the opportunity to work at a club like Everton was a dream come true, really. I'm under huge pressure, by the way, because my father rings me every day to make sure I'm doing the job properly, Tim. But the first 7 or 8 weeks have just told me what I already knew, I think, from looking from the outside, which is what a fantastic football club Everton Football Club is. It's full of fantastic people. It's obviously got huge tradition and history, and it's obviously got huge potential. We all appreciate we're in a difficult moment. And the last 7 or 8 weeks haven't been easy for anybody, but we're very hopeful for the future. We've got a very strong manager. I think he's done a very good job in Frank, and his coaching team have done a fantastic job, not only to get the results that we needed, but also to start to unite the football club again. And so it feels like the future could be very bright.
Yeah, you touched on a few things there. Being from the northwest of England, the pressure your father continually puts you under, making sure you get it right, but also the passion of the fans. And I just want to speak about. I played for Everton for 10 years. I certainly understood or thought I understood the passion of the fans until the last 4 weeks. And I saw a side of those Evertonians that I just was blown away by. I think everybody in the football world was blown away by the passion. You've seen that now. Is that almost an added motivation, knowing what the club is, was, and can be, that passion still exists in abundance?
Yeah, Tim, I've worked in football for 20 odd years, just like you. Not as a player, but certainly on the performance side. I've never seen a fan base like it. And the last 4 weeks only compelled that even further. Some of the scenes that we saw in terms of the fans' support, outside of the training facility to wave off the team arriving on the team bus to Goodison. Special memories include Leicester away, where we win. In 25 minutes, the fans are still inside the stadium, still shouting and singing as loud as they ever were. And of course, that unbelievable night against Crystal Palace, where we're 2-0 down, and we turned things around to win 3-2. The scenes after that game were just absolutely immense, absolutely incredible. And there'll be memories that live long for a long time. Of course, having looked back at those now and having another opportunity to reflect, of course, what we want to do is we want to see those scenes again, but in a very different circumstance. We want to see those scenes when we've got the opportunity to win something. And that's about what the future is. It's about making sure that we bottle that chemistry, that connection between the fan base and the team and the manager, but then also we make sure we deliver. And that's what the next part of our journey should look like.
You and Frank seem to be singing from the same hymn sheet. What's your relationship with him been like?
Well, number one, it's very important right at the very start of any relationship, and I've never worked with Frank before, to be very clear about what we're both doing and how we are going to work together. So it's clear that Frank's role is responsibility for preparation of the team, performance of the team, and fundamentally results. And my responsibility is to make sure all of the support services that sit around him are fit for purpose. And so once we understand that, there's a real opportunity then to start talking about how we work together to improve all of those things. We're very lucky that our offices are opposite each other, less than a metre apart, which is great. So there's no escaping each other, which also creates an opportunity to get to know each other a little bit better, build some relationships, but also talk about a common journey, really, which is we both want exactly the same thing, and understand that we're going to work hard to try and do that together. This is a super strength of Frank's, in my opinion. He's very normal. He's very low ego. He's very clear about what he wants, but he's also got this endearing feature where he's got the ability to take other people's opinion and talk about things and discuss things and understand that maybe there's something that can be gained through those conversations. And so that's generally how we've worked so far. I have to say it's been a breath of fresh air, and I've enjoyed it very much. But it's one thing enjoying it, it's now we've got to deliver on it, haven't we? And we all understand the pressure that comes from being in these roles. Everton Football Club should be, at the very top. And so Frank's got a responsibility, and I've got a responsibility to deliver that.
Yeah, well, massive pressure, of course, at any football club, particularly Everton. Can you talk about your responsibilities beyond the first team? So when you start to get into the job and you look right down into the academy. Is that something that is obviously of paramount to you as well?
Yeah, of course. And so, yeah, the director of football job description here is broad. So it's very much about line managing, supporting the first team, of course, but then supporting all of the other departments that help us to try and win. So performance analysis, sports science, medical services, academy, women's and girls, almost helping to work through all of those departments and help them to be the very best that they can be. And so I've always seen that as being a very, very important and integral part of the role. The role is not just about today. That's a very important and fundamental part, of course, but it's also about safeguarding the future. It's also about tomorrow, and the only way in which you do that is to make sure that you collaborate with a lot of people and build this wider vision of what we want to try and achieve at the football club. I'm always working on, or certainly in all of the roles I've been in, and Everton's no different, I've always worked on two pipelines, performance, what we do today to really ensure that what everybody sees is as strong as it possibly can be on the pitch, but also preparing for tomorrow, pathway for young players, etc., etc. And I think any top football club is built on that sort of foundation.
So what you're saying is you don't get much sleep then?
I don't get any sleep, Tim. No sleep.
With the club headed back to America for preseason, I'm a bit curious, and I'm sure others are, that you come in and you jump right into the job, and that's all that you should be focused on and can focus on. I'm curious about your time as head of sport at New York Red Bull. Can you give us a little insight into what that consisted of?
Yeah, it wasn't too dissimilar to the job description here. I have to say I love my time in the States. I was there for 2.25 years. I was very, very lucky to live on the outskirts of New York. It was a fantastic experience for me and my family. I loved working in MLS. It's a developing league that's getting stronger, and with World Cup 2026 coming in the not too distant future, I'll be very surprised if it doesn't become one of the top leagues going forwards. Some very, very exciting teams and some very exciting players. And the role was very similar to what it is here. It was a head of sport role, so I had a sporting director who worked directly with me, and my responsibility was to do all of the things that I do here at Everton, work on all of those functions that we talked about, all those supporting operations, but then also worked with the sporting director, Dennis Hamlet, and helped to support him to grow into the role and to improve and to develop. And I have to say, I loved my time there. It was a very good club, very good people, and I'm glad to see that they're doing well in the Eastern Conference this year.
Yeah, and I know Dennis very well. He's he's certainly a good man. I'm also very curious. Did you it's easy for me because I'm American and I play for Everton to go together, so I can go to the grocery store and I meet someone, we just talk about Everton. Did you, even in your role with the New York Red Bull, did you come across, particularly in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, East Coast, did you come across many Evertonians in your time?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you only have to walk down any street in the world, I think, and you'll find an Evertonian somewhere. And so, because my family's from Liverpool and I'm from the Northwest, I've obviously got a bit of a twang to my voice, to the accent. And so there's lots of occasions when I'd be walking either in New Jersey. I lived in Morristown. I can tell you there's an Everton contingent there. They go to a number of coffee shops that I used to frequent. So there was an opportunity to talk Premier League and all things toffee. And then also a couple of occasions when when my wife were in New York, either having a bite to eat or having a walk around. You'll always come across people from all walks of life who follow the Premier League and in particular follow Everton. I mean, we all know what a fantastic football club it is, and of course that reach goes far and wide.
It does, and look, and I know that people that I talk to that know that Everton are coming to the States are just beside themselves. They can't wait. So I know you have a lot of work to do. I will not keep any longer, but I do look forward to seeing you in Baltimore, and we'll get a cup of coffee.
Very much looking forward to that. I'm hoping it's so much stronger, Tim.
We can do that as well. Everton are coming back to the USA. Get your tickets now. Head to evertonfc.com/USA 2022.